Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be going over some games I did off stream. The queue times are actually pretty bad. But I did 2 sets yesterday on 6:15 and I haven't done any sets today on 6:16. So I might be switching from open to premiere starting tomorrow. Since the queue times are getting really bad. But anyways, still same team. It's actually such a good team, and I actually saw a few people using the same team. Talonflame, Scrafty, and Snorlax. So I'm pretty happy to see other people using it, and let's go ahead and get into the video. But first, if you haven't, definitely hit that subscribe button. Helps me out so much. And yeah, like I said, tomorrow, Ultra Premiere. Let's go. Alright, so like I said, I did these battles off stream, so I'm going to be commentating on them well, I was going to say in real time, but I'm watching the video and then commenting on it back. So, Mandibuzz, pretty tough matchup for our team. Kind of glad to see it here with Talonflame because we can just start ramping up. And we do get the extra Incinerate there. That's always really good. An extra 20 energy for free is nothing to laugh at. And it does seem like you win this matchup if you shield once. They do get the extra Snarl through, but fair is fair. We got the Incinerate through, so can't complain too much about that one. It does seem like we will win this matchup, by the way. I haven't looked into this matchup at all, but it just seems like all things even, we win this matchup in the 1 shield to 0, and probably in the 1-1 and 2-2 as well. Don't quote me on that. I don't know the matchups from PvPoke, but if you haven't, definitely check out the matchup simulator on pvpoke.com. It will give you the answer to that, definitely. But I figured I couldn't really switch out into Scrafty anyways at this point, so I'm probably going to go for the 1 shield farm down. Which I'm definitely going to be able to get to because I have double Incinerate. And then I'll come out of this matchup with probably almost 2 moves. Yeah. So like a Flame Charge and a half here. Probably shouldn't have thrown an Incinerate 1. 2, probably should have thrown a Brave Bird. But you know what? We'll have this Flame Charge for later because I think I probably am going to switch into the Snorlax here. Not allow him to farm us down and to keep that move for later. And then we'll have the Scrafty in the back for this Mewtwo, armored Mewtwo. Anyways, I really wish I had an armored Mewtwo. I would try it out so much. I think it's actually really good. The only thing is it doesn't do too much damage. As you see, even the super effective Dynamic Punch there, not really doing too much to Snorlax. Also, it doesn't do like too much to Scrafty. It does like half, a little under half, I think. But yeah. Just going to go for the lick down here. Well, I'm definitely going to throw the body slams, but I don't think I'll shield anything. I think we're all in on the Scrafty at this point. Plus, we have to remember that Talonflame does have a Flame Charge left, which I wonder if I'm going to come and use it now just to get this lower, or just come in Scrafty, start farming, and maybe shield a Dynamic Punch. Or maybe even let the Dynamic Punch come through because, like I said, it only does about half. Does end up coming in with Berserker, so we do have to be scared of the double close combat. I don't think 1 KOs us, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. Also, if we can ever pull a shield, we have that Flame Charge for later. Also, if they don't shield here, that's going to do a ton. They're going up to try to do a back-to-back so that they don't get one-shot by a counter, since their defense will be double dropped. And then I think they just, yeah, they go for an overfarm there, and a little unfortunate that they didn't get there. And then this is just GG. Going to go up to the foul play, and that's just game. Berserker is definitely something that's really scary for this team. You just never know what moveset it's going to have. But close combat obviously is very tough for us to beat. Also, I've said it many times before, XL Berserker is actually insane in general. Okay, I think this actually is a mirror match, if I remember. So we have the Talonflame mirror. We see that we're desynced, so I probably don't want to throw the move first because we can probably get an extra Incinerate in. That is something to look out for. So we do get the extra Incinerate right there. Yeah, if you're desynced, you don't want to throw first because it lets them come back. And then they come in with Umbreon here, and then I decide to throw this Brave Bird. It is going to do a lot, but I probably should have saved all this energy, to be honest, because now I'm going to have to come in with Scrafty. I do like going for that extra Incinerate there. Really not hurting too much to go for it. In fact, we end up catching up probably as a foul play. And we're going to be able to farm this down, I think, all the way, no pups. and then have 2 foul plays probably for the Talonflame coming back in. The only thing that's tough is we're down a shield. They're going to have Talonflame coming into the Scrafty matchup. They're probably going to go for... they're probably going to shield once, maybe even twice if we can somehow get to 3 foul plays, but I don't know that we will. I think they're going to end up sneaking in an Incinerate. Yep. Tough. I didn't want them to sneak... Obviously, I didn't want them to sneak that in, but we were trying to go for a play so that we could get more energy, but then, yeah. And then I end up throwing... I don't know, I'm like tilting out of my mind here. I go for 1 counter. You definitely should go for 2 counters when an Incinerate comes through. And this is definitely going to be a Flame Charge. This is what I'm talking about, though. It's going to be so tough. This Flame Charge may not KO us. They're going to farm us down before we get to a foul play. And even if they don't... Okay, so they probably won't. We will probably make it to this foul play. But our Talonflame is going to be in some weird position, because if they bait us and then we go into get Brave Birded, we're going to get so screwed. Oh, but then they actually don't shield it. Interesting. Okay, so we just bring in Talonflame. We already have the Flame Charge. Just go for it. Obstagoon, another really tough Pokemon for us to beat in general. The fighters are actually really tough, but that's the good thing about Open Ultra League, is there aren't too many fighters, which is why Scrafty does pretty decent, and why this team does pretty decent in general, because if you think about it, our whole team loses to like pretty hard to Machamp. It does have to go for baits against the Talonflame, but you always have to shield as the Talonflame, so it gets really scary. And then Obstagoon in the lead's so tough too, because you have to stay in. You can never switch to Snorlax. Snorlax just gets absolutely crushed, especially not having that superpower. We really don't threaten the Obstagoon at all. If you are stuck in the Obstagoon and Snorlax matchup, definitely bait the superpower for sure. And I don't know. You probably don't want them to shield, to be honest. Maybe you don't go for the bait because you just want to do as much damage as you can to the Obstagoon if you so happen to be in one of those terrible matchups. Alright, so that wasn't the mirror, but as you saw there, Talonflame pairs very well with any dark types, so our opponent actually had double dark, just not the Scrafty there. I think this is the mirror. So Talonflame on Talonflame, it's kind of just like a staring contest. Who's going to throw the Brave Bird? I never shield this first one, but today I decided to shield it, and it was a Flame Charge. I almost never shield the first one because Talonflame lives, but then I didn't know if it lived after 5 Incinerates, or 4 Incinerates, sorry. Or I think it was 5, actually. So then I just decided to do it anyways. They end up sneaking in an Incinerate here, and then I'm kind of just hoping they don't shield, and if they do shield, I probably just have to switch to Snorlax, and I probably just can't really afford to shield this, but it is 1 Flame Charge pumped up, and if this is... Oh, I do end up shielding it. If this is the Brave Bird, it actually does a ton of damage to us. Then this guy comes in with the Scrafty, and I'm like, oh my goodness, is this the mirror? Is this the mirror? Our team's actually starting to take off and get some momentum if people are using it. And I think at this point I'm at 20, 25, 25, 50, 25, 60, 70 range, something like that. Whatever we left off in the last video, because I haven't played any games since that one. You just want to do as much damage as you can to Scrafty. Then I'll probably come in with my own Scrafty. Funny thing is, if I do remember this game pretty well because it's the first time I ever encountered the mirror. I am going to come in with Scrafty, but it's interesting because they go for a ton of energy and a farm down here. Then they throw before we even show our Mon. What I mean by that is, like, as soon as I tap this Mon, we're in a move. So right away I'm like, okay, that's not Power Up Punch. That's a foul play, just not even looking at what your opponent brings in. Which is great for us because they had so much energy they could have really done some damage to our Scrafty here. And since I know it's Snorlax in the back, I'm kind of all in on this Scrafty. I kind of just want to farm this all the way down. Probably not even... I don't think I have to go for a pup. Since they're throwing this pup right here, they're going to be out of energy and I can farm all the way down. They do end up bringing this Talonflame back in. I don't think this can be Brave Bird, but even if it is... we can always come in with a Flame Charge, right? And I do go for the 2 counters during that one. This probably KOs. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to switch to Talonflame just to eat that Incinerate so that we still have a little bit of Scrafty. No, maybe I just try to go for a farm down here. I don't think this Incinerate KOs. We're going to do a tad of damage. I think I end up going for the pup because they bring back in Scrafty. Yeah, and I just want to get rid of this. Although it's possible... Okay, and then I switched to... Yeah, I was about to say, we really want to get that extra Incinerate in. We do get it in. Luckily, that Power Punch didn't KO. And it's a Snorlax, so I decided right away my win con is Flame Charge into Brave Bird. So we're going to go for that. Since I already had the 1 extra Incinerate against the Scrafty, that really gives us a chance here. We should be able to live a Body Slam. Now, the only thing is... the lick damage coming in afterwards is going to be very close. This is going to be a super close matchup. Obviously, we both use the same team. We did a little bit different tactics. But, yeah, this is the first time I've ran into the mirror. And I'm pretty glad to have won it. GG's to my opponent, and I hope you are doing well with it. All right, game 4. I'm going to be showing 2 sets here. I don't know if I said that at the beginning, but yeah, Politoed, obviously a really tough Pokemon in the front, especially since Snorlax doesn't seem to really pressure it enough. They don't have to leave this matchup if they don't want to. They do end up leaving this matchup. They come in with a Powder Snow, Alolan Ninetales. Now, from what I hear in Premier, Alolan Ninetales is all the rage. I do have a Hundo Alolan Ninetales that is XL'd to 25 or whatever it is, 24 something. That was to save on candy, so I didn't have to make a good one. So I think it's a level 46 also, kind of like the Scrafty, 46.5, I believe. So, or the Scrafty's 46.5, and I think the Alolan Ninetales is like 40. I think it's 46. Yeah, if you want to save a couple hundred XL candies, just go for the non-optimal one, and it'll help you out for a little bit before everyone gets their XLs, which is nice, but you probably will do worse in the long run. People always ask me, should I make the bigger, or the XL that's the best, or the XL that'll help me now? I almost always tell them just make the best one and you'll eventually have it. Now, I've done the opposite of what I've said, just because I wanted them now, you know? A little greedy, but, you know, it's fine. You do what you want with your XLs. If you got tons to spare, make them both. Screw it. I actually have a really good Scrafty that I could make for Ultra League. It's like rank 21 or something like that. Whereas the one I have right now is like rank 1,000. Whatever the 15, 15, 15 is, best buddied. But yeah, I definitely don't have the XLs since I threw all my XLs into this guy. But one day I will. Scrafty's still in GBL rewards, so we'll eventually get there. All right, they come back in with the Politoed. Man, that's the... oh, and then they switch into the Umbreon. Tough call for them. If they stay in with the Politoed, I probably don't shield anything, and I probably can pup it down. But coming in with the Umbreon here is really bad also. They probably just switched because, you know, the best matchup against Talonflame is... Politoed, so let me just save that as much as I can. But the problem is, Scrafty being in matchups that it's really good in is really bad, or more bad, for the rest of your line, because by the time your rest of your line comes back in, instead of it being a neutral matchup where I don't have any power-ups, I'm coming in fully powered up, and yeah, our opponent leaves. They know what's up. For Alligator here, okay, I just threw an Incinerate off the bat because I wanted to know if it had Ice Fang. I figured that would be something it probably would have. Ended up having Waterfall, so this is actually very tough for us. I'm not going to shield anything on Snorlax. Probably going to need my shields for Talonflame. Actually, this is probably a Scrafty game, if I'm being honest. We're going to try to do as much damage as we can to this for Alligator, but... it's actually going to be so hard for us to beat this. Waterfall is just doing a lot, and unlike Empoleon, you're not even dealing that neutral damage with Talonflame. You are dealing resisted damage because it's just a pure water type, whereas Empoleon has that steel typing as well. So they do end up bringing a charm user, and now I'm really scared because it's possible that it's double charm in the back. Which, if it is a second charm in the back, we just auto lose, right? Because once they bring back the like, I'm gonna come in with the Talonflame. I'm gonna farm through this Clefairy. I probably don't need to shield. Oh, and then I get this off before they get a move off. So I do have shield advantage. That's nice. I am powered up a little bit, but I'm probably just gonna switch out instantly to Scrafty, so I'm losing that power up. Oh, I stay in a bit. Uh-oh. Probably have to shield this. But he is gonna be out of energy here. Maybe I could go... Okay, I like switching here. Oh, no, we don't have a shield advantage. What am I talking about? We're down on shields. Oh, boy. Okay, they have a Giratina. Oh, no, I remember this game. Our opponent is sick. I remember this game. Our opponent's an absolute mad lad. So we end up going for the foul play right away, and they don't shield, and I'm like, okay. First one, they usually don't shield because it doesn't even do more than half, so you can afford to take it, you know? And then they'll probably shield the second one, and then I go for a bait on the second one, and spoilers, they call it, and I get absolutely destroyed. Tough call. I don't know. I wasn't going to make it to a third foul play, so baiting makes sense for me. But in thinking that, the opponent knows that as well, right? And they know I'm not going to make it to another one, so might as well. Oh, if we had hit the foul play here, we would have been in such good shape. Like, we just win this game. Tough, tough game. And then I probably have to save the shield for Talonflame and just go for flame charges. They're gonna shield this because the waterfall damage is just gonna do too much to us. Like, it's absolutely gonna destroy us. Yeah. So even though they probably don't make it to another move, oh, they will make it to a move actually. Even if they weren't gonna make it to another move, it's fine to shield there, I think, because they still have one more shield for possible Brave Bird on the Giratina, and will be so low from the waterfalls that the Giratina is just gonna be good. Maybe I should have just gone for the Brave Bird here. It doesn't really matter, though, because they have a shield. Although, I think we were actually really close to getting to this foul play. Just a comedy of errors here. Not even errors, just a comedy. We didn't make it. Our opponent played very well. Very good calls. And, yeah, sometimes that happens. All right, so this was the first set. I believe we went 4-1. Yeah, pretty good. Started 4-0, so obviously that's very good. I think, well, we'll see. I don't remember what I ended the setup here. I have this going at 300%, so it's like super fast so that you don't have to watch it, but I think it's me catching this Reg Ice for quite a while. I think we ended up at like, let's see, so we started at like 58 or something. No, that doesn't make sense. Did I start at 58? Yeah, 58. So 25.58, and then a 4-1 got me to 25.85. 27-point gain? That doesn't seem right. Maybe it's at 48. Maybe it was at 48 and it was 37. All right. Articuno, this is a really good lead. The only thing we have to worry about is that it possibly is going to gain a lot of energy in the next matchup and then really threaten us with Ancient Powers. Man, I forgot the name of that rock move. Ancient Power, yeah. So they do come in with Lapras. My first thought is this is triple water, 100%. So Talonflame is going to have... No, triple... No, actually, in my mind, I said this was going to be triple water, even though Articuno is not water. Anyways, I think it's probably going to be a Swampert in the back. It could also be the Ice Giratina. I think that's an Oxford U team. Let me know in the comments. I think I've asked before. I always forget, though. I think that is the Oxford U team, though. And then I try to go for this massive farm down. They're not going to get to another move. And then I can try to force foul plays on entry. And they sneak in a move here, too, just like the last person. Maybe I shouldn't be throwing the moves right away. Maybe I should be trying to get one more energy's worth of a move through. I am going to probably make it to this double foul play, but there's no way they shield this. Maybe they do if they think they can exploit the very back matchup with another Articuno farm down or something like that. No, but they give it up. The problem is when I come in here with Talonflame, I'm probably going to shield. Because I just don't know if it's Ancient Power. And if it isn't, that sucks for me. If it is, fantastic. Okay, it wasn't, so that sucks. And then it does end up being the Giratina, and I just go for this Brave Bird, and then I can dip to the Snorlax. Sometimes they don't shield here because they don't know if you're just going to stay in with the Talonflame, and that was the bait. So that does about half, which is crazy to think about because Brave Bird is an insanely high damage move, but that's just how bulky Giratina is. Giratina Altered. It doesn't even take half damage from the Brave Bird. But either way, we have Snorlax in the back, and this is GG. Definitely going to just throw these body slams into it. Even though it's double resisting, it doesn't matter. We're just trying to get damage off, and Lick is super effective. So, and we're double resisting the, what is it? Shadow Claws. I do think they ended up leaving after they throw this move, seeing that it really doesn't do too much to us. Oh, okay. Staying in. Oh, now they leave. Nope. Okay, I'm thinking of a different game. All right. Well, this is going to be a GG's either way. And we will go on. Oh, there we go. They left on that one. All right. So this is game 2 of set 2. Clefable lead. This is really good for us. This is where we want to see it if we're going to see it. So perfect. They do come in with Cresselia, and I'm like, I don't. This is a really good matchup for me. Maybe I'll just stay in it, take a move, or maybe I'll throw this move and then switch to Snorlax. I think this was probably CMP tie, though, which is even better for me. You saw I was trying to switch into Snorlax, but you know what? This works out even better. This move's not going to do too much. It is resisted, although I have seen so many people with Future Sight, so that is something to think about. A lot of Cresselia is running Future Sight. All right, so we take the energy lead, or not the energy lead, the shield advantage here, and we get a little bit of a health advantage coming into this matchup as well, which is nice. And the only thing is the switch timers are really misaligned because 2 moves have gone through, so they could always switch back into the Clefable at any point, at which point I'm going to hope that my timer's up for Talonflame. If I was to bet, that timer's going to be up in the next 5 to 10 seconds, which is why I throw this move. To try to elongate that timer to give myself the chance to come back in with the Talonflame. And yeah, and you see they switch right after that move. So we probably gained a few seconds at least. But while we're throwing another move here, I do think the timer won't be up just yet. Probably going to be another 2 seconds. Luckily, Lick is a 1-turn move, and we do come back in with this Talonflame. Now, they have shown that they have... what's it called? Not Clefairy. Oh god, Cresselia in the back. So we probably do need to shield this move in case it is the Psychic. Plus we can go for a farm down here. Yeah, we do resist the charms, but they still do a lot of damage. But, you know, we're already pumped up once. Let's go ahead and get to a move so that we can maybe force a shield out on the next Pokemon. And I probably have enough time to just go for a Flame Charge here. We have a decent amount of health left, maybe like 20%. Does end up being Giratina. Didn't see if it was Altered or Origin Form. But either way, we get a little bit of momentum maybe for Scrafty. Probably get to this move. Okay, they do throw because they don't want us to get to that second move, which would do another maybe 25% damage, which would get it to half. And then I'm just coming in Scrafty here, I think, and we always have the Snorlax to catch. I think the Snorlax is also... Is it out of Body Slam? No, it's not. All right, but they do come in with the Cresselia, and we do catch this move. Now is a question of whether I want to shield, and probably not. Even if this KO'd us, we would want that farm with Scrafty. And now we actually might be able to farm this down before... Yeah, because Psycho Cut just does no damage, plus we're dealing super effective with Lick. And even though this Body Slam's not going to do too much, it is going to do something, and we'll take any damage we can get, because you guys know the Foul Play does about 45% to Giratina here, so we need to do quite a lot of damage. I'm just going to go straight for it. You know, like I said in the previous part of this video, they are likely not to shield the first one. I probably should have just shielded there. It doesn't really matter. I'm thinking this game's going to be a timeout game. So I really should be conserving as much health as possible, but it doesn't really matter. I can just shield any of the subsequent moves. This match is still going to go another like 40 seconds more, so we do end up landing that foul play, and as soon as one lands, I'm just going straight power up punch. Even though it's double resisted, we're just going to go for it. Or resisted, whatever. And now the counters are going to do too much. I don't even need to throw another move here. Shield up. Don't use their shield. Farm down. And GG. Lots of Giratina out there today. I think even one of my games coming up is a Giratina Origin form. So, if you remember, my first Open League team was Giratina Origin with Cresselia and Swampert in the back. That was a fun team. Giratina Origin really pressures Giratina Altered in a weird way because it has Shadow Ball. Alright, Obstagoon, like I said, this matchup kind of sucks. You have to stand with Talonflame, even though this is kind of like losing unless you want to expend more resources than they do. Never shield the first Night Slash. The second one is always the one you need to shield because they can boost off the first one, so the second one always has the chance to do more damage. The first one will never do more damage than the second one. At the best, it'll be equal, which is what you're hoping for, because if it gets the boost, this is probably just GG. Although, yeah, because the reason it really sucks is because this is the matchup where you want Swampert in, not Swampert, Scrafty in, and if it's in the front, it means that Scrafty probably doesn't have very good matchups in the back. Now, luckily for us, he does switch out, so we know that we can get that Obstagoon in with the Scrafty later. I'm going to go for one more Incinerate just to get some energy here, and then come in with Snorlax. Try to get the energy gains wherever you can. Every little bit helps in every matchup. Maybe not in every matchup, but in the matchups where it helps, it is pretty nice. You might as well just go for it, especially when there's no risk of losing anything for it. Like, he was never going to get to a move in that time, so I might as well get the extra Incinerate in while I can. And then Snorlax will comfortably win this with the Cresselia down half HP, and probably not going to shield because it definitely wants to get the Obstagoon in here for a farm down, unless it's scared of the superpower. And it is a little bit lower. It's definitely not in Body Slam range, but it is a little bit lower because it did take an Incinerate. And we could be at the superpower here. We're about halfway up through the first Body Slam, halfway to the next Body Slam. They do not end up shielding that, which is fine. We'll get to another one if they don't throw a move here. They do throw a move here. It's going to be Night Slash, and it's definitely going to KOS. They do have a ton of energy also. They left that other matchup with Cresselia, so they probably have a second move here. But definitely come in Scrafty while you can. And they end up bringing the Charizard in here. It does have Fire Spin, so it takes 5 Fire Spins to get to a Blast Burn. You do live a Blast Burn, so I figure, you know what, I can just go for double foul play here. Not really risk too much. And maybe get both these shields, and then maybe come in and go in for a Brave Bird. Save my shield for Talonflame. And yeah, this is looking pretty good. This should be over, since we definitely get to this foul play. Now they have to make a call on whether we're baiting or not. We're definitely not baiting, and they probably know that. But they probably have to make a call as well, because we're only one away from this Brave Bird. Now, they might not have known that, and that one extra Incinerate in that first matchup might have thrown them off on the energy counts here. They might have thought we just left that matchup dry. They remembered the Flame Charge, but they didn't remember the that extra Incinerate afterwards. Because they should have been at a move, although I don't think we died to a move anyways. Another Obstagoon. Yeah, Obstagoon lead is everywhere in this game. All right. They go, if you see there, they get like 10 counters in just super fast. That's why you never stop tapping, because sometimes it's just the game catching up. And if you lose all that extra energy, or they gain all that extra energy and you gain nothing, you're pretty screwed. All right, we try to play the Obstagoon matchup out the same every time, but you never know what they're going to do. And yeah, I just go for the Incinerates when I get them, to be honest. They do beat you to the second one, and they can CMP switch on you if they want, which is you know, it's kind of fine for me too, because then I get to know what to beat in the back, and I can change my game plan based on that. All right, they let the Obstagoon go. So we did lose a shield there. They do come in with Swampert. All we want to do is come into this Snorlax matchup. We don't care about losing this matchup. We don't care how much damage gets done to did I say Blastoise? We don't care about how much damage gets done to the Snorlax. As long as we do some sort of chip damage to the Swampert, we'll be good. And we're kind of in the hands of Scrafty beating this Swampert and Talonflame hopefully beating what's in the back, which could be Cresselia. That's a very good pairing. Could also be something like Registeel, maybe even... I was going to say maybe even a random like XL Skarmory, but I have not seen one of those in Open Ultra. I'm not sure if y'all have seen that in Ultra Premier, but I definitely haven't seen one in Open. All right, we do end up getting a shield, and Snorlax is so thick, it's just tanking all of these. Now, the Swampert is staying very high on energy. That's something to keep track of, for sure. And they're definitely going to beat us to this next move. We're definitely letting it go. We're coming in with Scrafty. We're farming down. Probably end up throwing a pup at this. It's a little too high to try to farm down. Ends up coming in with the Gengar. Okay. Probably need to save my shield for Talonflame and the Swampert, so probably won't shield even if I think it's a Sludge Bomb, which I absolutely do think it's a Sludge Bomb. Even though it has a super high attack stat, I don't think Sludge Bomb will KO us. And then I go for the farm down, and then pup the Swampert, and then try to farm it down, and then it takes... Yeah, so this is perfect, because it'll take still 2 Hydro Cannons to KO Scrafty, and they know this is a pup. They may not shield it, and we're just trying to do as much damage as we can, because it's going to take 2 Hydro Cannons to KO Swampert, and it's still going to take 1 more Hydro Cannon to KO the Talonflame as well. So, a little unfortunate we didn't get to move there, but I mean, we're going to get to it. So yeah, this is just GG, right? Ooh, they go for the Earthquake, even better. I won't even tap the move. I'll just counter down. Yeah. Because that's using too much energy. They definitely don't have an extra one. Giratina Origin. This guy is the Spice Lord. You definitely don't see many of these. I definitely miss the switches here. And then I switch into Scrafty, which is what I wanted to switch into. Luckily, it didn't take that Snorlax switch, because Snorlax is our hard counter for Giratina, so I want to save that in the back for sure. Shadow Ball, not doing too much here. I actually think Giratina Origin wins this matchup, but I guess not a lot of people do know that, even if it's true, which I don't even know if it is. We definitely get in big damage there. They can end up coming in with Registeel. I'm just going to go for the pup counters. I could go for a Foul Play, but I do think the counters are going to do more damage. Plus, I don't really care too much about this matchup. I'm now thinking about how much energy I'm going to gain in my Talonflame against this Registeel matchup, which, ooh, it's going to be a tasty treat for sure. We end up getting another pup, which means they might be over farming, because we ended up getting to 2. While we were at no energy after throwing the Foul Play into the Giratina. So they are trying to farm up for extra energy. They're also trying to get maybe lower for the Talonflame. This is pretty high still. We might get hit by 2 moves on Talonflame if we don't throw a Flame Charge. So I wonder if I just go for it. Yeah, we just go for it. I'm like, this damage is whatever. It doesn't matter. And I actually don't think they'll get to 2 now, to be honest. It looks like they died at 2 Incinerates. They end up switching in, by the way, which I noticed later. I didn't notice the switch in right away. Like, I didn't think it was a catch. I thought it died. And then I saw the 3 balls at the top, and then I decided, you know what? I'll just switch, because now we got both shields. We get this massive farm down on Snorlax, and I don't know what's in the back, but I'm sure it doesn't like taking body slams or earthquakes for days. Might have been double steal, to be honest. No, I don't know what it was in the back, to be fair. I think it probably was Cresselia. All right, and that was a 5-0, and I think this put us at 26. Oh man, I don't remember where this put us. 26, 48, 58, something like that. So something like a 60-point gain. Oh, like a 70-point gain, 75, something like that. All right. So those were the games I did off stream. I didn't do any today. Those are the 2 sets I did yesterday. And yeah, thank you so much for your support here on YouTube, as well as on Twitch, by the way. And thank you so much to my Patreons, Donald Urbazo, Patrick Wong, Rodrigo Cal, Marlon Date, Josh Lambert, Norris JT791. Without you, this isn't possible. And if you haven't, there are definitely more slots available for coaching sessions. I think there's still 2. There might be 3. I think there's still 3 coaching slots if you want that. And yeah, just hit me up on Patreon, Discord, Twitter, wherever. Even here on YouTube. All right, I'll see you in the next one.